Welcome. Marco, please put everyone. Okay. Okay, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. So we wait 2 more minutes until the participants can join our webinar. So thanks a lot, everyone, to be here, in particular all the BLUESURFEST partners. So I will try to explain the program for this afternoon. So we'll have an introduction, which will be done by Javier Cantera, the lead partner of the project. We are still waiting for Valentina to do the confirmation to see if she can participate in the introduction. And after that, 10 minutes after, we are going to start the BLUESURF Festival's presentation. So we start with the Germany, the Spanish, and the Irish festivals. Okay, 10 minutes each one. So I ask you to be to respect the time you have, because we have a very long program, so we have to stick to the program. And after that, after these 3 presentations, we are going to make a quick break, 10 minutes for a coffee or a drink. After that, we started with the other 3 BLUESURF festivals, the Portuguese, Italian, and the French one. And after this presentation, we'll have 3 special guests. We'll have Juan Aparicio from Cantabria, Gonzalo from Viana, and Tom from Ireland. After this, we'll have a brief moment of questions and answers. Okay. And at the end, to close our webinar, we'll have Ronaldo to do the final remarks. So welcome, everyone. So I will not spend more time in introduction. So Javier, you have the word. Please feel free to start the webinar.
Thank you, Joao, and welcome, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here and share with you this, make this brief introduction of the BLUESURFEST project. My name is Javier Cantera Gomez, and I'm the coordinator of BLUESURFEST and also Inclusi Erasmus Plus Sport project, both co-funded by the European Commission. And I work as the European project manager of the Regional Society of Education, Culture and Sports of the government of Cantabria. Cantabria is a small region up north of Spain for those ones connecting from other countries. And both projects were meant to break down barriers to inclusion in sport and society by addressing also to that 15% of the population that has some type of disability, either physical or sensorial. And we also, through the BLUESURFEST, we try to address also to intellectual discapacities as well. Back in January 2020, the Cantabrian Surf Federation detected the lack of a common surf methodology for adaptive surfing, and they have already some successful adaptive surfing training programs, but they noticed that other federations and organizations had different approaches. So there was a need to research and to study the state of the art and finding a common guideline, a common approach, and a scientific-based framework that could also be based on good practices across Europe and even internationally for the different surf instruction programs, whether they were oriented to competition, to surf therapy, or just for the well-being for the surf. And well, in January 2021, we set up a consortium with 7 organizations from 5 countries that include like regional and local governments, surf federations, a surf club, surf therapy organizations, and we start developing the Inclusive project. We designed, developed, and did a lot of, well, did like even a pilot testing here in Riva Montana al Mar in Cantabria of what it came out, which it was the Inclusive toolkit. So any surf instructor could use this toolkit to address to people with different physical and sensory discapacities. So the involvement and preliminary results went so well that we decided to create a new spin-off project to disseminate results and good practices across Europe, and not just test it in Spain, but also take it to other European countries. So we create this BLUESURFEST, which is a series of 6 surfing festivals that have been taking place during late 2023. And well, it's been really exciting to be involved in this with a selected group of blue communities, such as Warmund in the Baltic Sea in Germany, San Vicente de la Barquera in Cantabria, Spain, Rosnalag in Donegal, Ireland, Viana do Castelo in Portugal, the BLUESURFEST in Sardinia, in Italy, and finally the one in Biarritz in France. We basically, all the BLUESURFESTs have been focusing on promoting accessibility, inclusion, and sustainability in sport, and in inspiring people to break down those barriers to inclusion, and not just in sport, but in society, disseminate or learnings through the development of this Inclusive project that was the seed of the BLUESURFESTs, and letting the coastal communities to improving their physical and mental well-being while practicing safely outdoor sports and physical activity. For sure, we had like really good fun with all the music and well, all the activities include. Well, each BLUESURFEST, well, just to make like a summary of the activities that we had, it had like a variety of surf-related activities aimed to community building, well, such as inclusive surf demonstrations, along with a mix of related community webinars and cultural events. And these events, well, aim to raise awareness at local and regional and national levels about the benefits of surfing for physical and mental health and well-being. And these festivals used a community-based approach to build networks between surf athletes, I mean surfers and coaches, instructors, surf therapists, volunteers, and well, like a diverse number or different members of the local communities that have been getting involved and taking part in this project. This was also improving not just all the mentioned people, but the families that came along and participate, and well, many stakeholders from like sport organizations, non-profits, associations, federations, all the different organizations involved in each of these Blue Surf festivals. Basically, our objectives were like to increase this awareness of the role of sport and physical activity and contact with nature, to promote social inclusion and equal opportunities, and also to use the surf and the accessibility of sport practice in coastal blue spaces. We wanted to provide like a well-structured guidance to volunteers also, and magnify the health and well-being benefits that surfing provides and every surfer knows well. We foster as well the environmental sustainability, working in different types of activities related to ocean literacy, ocean culture, also dynamize the local and coastal communities through these cultural activities like exhibitions and more, and promote also the collaboration and cooperation between the different stakeholders of each blue community. We've been talking and getting to politicians or to different networks to let them know about what we do, what we aim, and how inclusive should be the blue communities. So, well, please let me introduce you my consortium colleagues from the German Federation that will start talking about the first BLUESURFEST that it was celebrated in the Baltic Sea, and I think our colleague Fritzi is here, and hopefully she can take the floor.
Yes, I take the floor now. Thank you, Javi. Welcome from my side as well. I'm Fritzi from the German Federation, and I will quickly share my screen and the presentation I got for you.
Well, before you start, I think one of your team members is competing right now, right?
He is out of the game right now. The quarters.
Well, he's in California, and he's been taking part on the ISA championship. That's right. Johannes. You see him here doing his Saka, and he's like one of our key members of both projects, both the BLUESURFEST and the Inclusive, well, as well as Fritzi and many other colleagues that are joining here. Sorry for the interruption. And
no worries.
Go ahead.
Welcome from my side. I will present you really quick and short and simple what we did in Germany. It took place in the first weekend of September. You see a little quick picture here of our participants and a part of our coaching team. Real quick, I'm going to show you the recap video to give you an impression about what went on. Talk about the location, the implemented activities, what limitations we ran into and give a little overview of the results that we found. I hope everything works with the techniques. Enjoy the video.
Herzlich willkommen zum BLUESURFEST in Warnemünde. Das Ziel von den BLUESURF-Festivals ist es, Wellenreiten für Menschen mit Behinderung zugänglich zu machen, zu zeigen, es ist machbar, es sieht vielleicht ein bisschen anders aus als das, was wir kennen. Und wir wollen einfach zeigen, es macht Spaß, komm und probier es aus.
Beim BLUESURFEST wollen wir grundsätzlich das Wellenreiten für alle ermöglichen. Und dazu gehört natürlich auch, dass Wellenreitlehrer und Wellenreitlehrerinnen und solche, die gerne helfen, Bescheid wissen, auf was es dabei ankommt. Dafür haben wir ein entsprechendes Toolkit entwickelt im Inklusiv-Projekt. Und das bringen wir hier den Menschen näher und ermöglichen somit gleichzeitig auch eben SurferInnen, es einfach mal auszuprobieren. Beim Wellenreiten kommt es natürlich darauf an, erstmal Spaß zu haben und die Energie der Welle zu nutzen. Wie wir das machen, ist dabei vollkommen egal. Das kann im Stehen passieren, im Sitzen, im Liegen oder auf den Knien. Wie gesagt, in dem Moment, wo man mit einem Grinsen und einem Lächeln aus dem Wasser kommt, hat man alles richtig gemacht.
So just a little impression about what we did. The location that we chose is Warnemünde in the Baltic Sea, close to the city of Rostock, where the red point is. Just to give you some overview, in the right corner there is Berlin, the capital, and the left corner is Hamburgo. And luckily, some impressions here. Luckily, we partnered up with a local surf school called Supreme Surf, which gave us some support in organizing all the equipment and stuff. We chose to set some priorities and activities. First of all, to make the event as accessible for everyone as possible. With that comes the inclusiveness of the whole event, so everybody could take part. And the third one would be the sustainability part. We had to make some site adaptations to the event site, of course. We built some platforms on the sand so everybody could move easily and freely. We had to build some ramps and use beach mats. We put up some accessible toilets on the event site, and we put a big tent as well in case of bad weather conditions. We rented or purchased some surf equipment that would be adaptive. For example, beach wheelchairs or the magic float surfboards from Portugal. For the inclusion part, as the adaptive surfing sport is not known at all in Germany, we had to make a good quality training of volunteers and surf coaches. There is not many to non-surf coaches and volunteers that have worked with this kind of surfers before. So we put up a good theoretical and a good practical training prior, so we could guarantee quality and safe surf sessions. We had surf sessions for both non-adaptive and adaptive surfers, so real inclusive. And we found a yoga teacher that would provide inclusive yoga classes for everybody. We had a surf documentary screening on Friday night, which was mainly about the cultural and gender aspects of surfing in different parts of the world. And on Saturday, we had a discussion panel on inclusion in extreme sports and action sports with different stakeholders, partners, and how you say, entrepreneurs of the scene. We closed the Saturday night with a live music from a local matador. As the sustainability part, of course, we chose local project partners. For example, the surf school or the vegan food catering came all from the side. In Warnemünde, we tried to reduce plastic use in form of encouraging the participants to bring their own reusable water bottles, so we would provide the water. And as well, we tried to minimize the production of new material in general. Of course, we had some limitations, as you can see here, and as I already told, adaptive surfing is not really known at all in Germany, not yet. So this was an important milestone, and the whole surfing community is spread out throughout the whole country. And as well, for the time of the year that we would run the event, lots of surf coaches and volunteers wouldn't be in Germany, but they would rather be, for example, in France or in Portugal to work in surf camps, etc. So we had maybe a lack of volunteers and surf coaches as well due to the timing of the event. Additionally, we had high travel and accommodation costs and limited availability of accommodation, since we only had a short time and period prior to the event to organize everything, to launch the event, and to actually promote the event. So there were some interested people and surfers who couldn't make it because there was no accessible or affordable accommodation available at that time. And as well, the surfing conditions can be very challenging in the Baltic Sea. Can get nasty already by that time of the year, although we were lucky. We had good weather conditions and we had waves. I know you saw the video and you might think it was poor quality waves, but actually for the Baltic Sea, that was kind of okay and kind of good. That's what we're working with. The results. It was a very important milestone, since we did the first event like this ever in Germany, to actually create a community and bring together people who are interested in that scene and field. We could realize that the whole concept of the Blue Surf Festivals is innovative and it works, and the toolkit itself of Inclusive works really well as well. We could implement that, and we got some good evaluation answers on that toolkit as well. We could approach over 3 days a number of 113 participants. And not only those participants, but since the weather was so nice at the Baltic Sea at that weekend, there were many, many people at the beach. And they were just watching the event, and many people reached out to us, emotionally moved, and were really interested in what is happening over there. So we could say we really found that there is a big interest for future events like this. And as a resume, there were many participants, stakeholders, partners. They all provided a verbal feedback, not only verbal, but written, and showed their appreciation for the whole event and for an event like this promoting the adaptive surf and the inclusion in sports in general. Thank you for your time and for your listening to me. And I hand over to the Spanish people. Now I stop sharing my screen. Quick.
All right, thanks, Frizzy. Well, I will talk a little bit about the BLUESURFEST that we held in Spain, in San Vicente de la Barquera. But first of all, I think, well, it moves me much more than words to see the images and to see what happened there, and all the different people from the community getting together. I see some of them connected now, and it was a really fun event, and well, to be there and enjoy, and we had some good sharings out of it. But I want to share you first a short video, and Joao, whenever you want, please play.
Okay, I will put the video now. Okay.
Yeah. Then I will show you a couple of slides, but that's it.
Let me see if it works. Wait a second, Javi.
No worries.
Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, Javi. Thank you.
I might share with you one screen. Let me go. Right. Well, as you've seen, we had the chance of celebrating the BLUESURFEST in San Vicente, which is one of the surf reserves that we have in northern Spain, and it gathers. It's a fisherman village that gathers a real maritime and ocean culture. And well, during from the 7th to the 9th of September, we did some inclusive surfing, cultural activities, ocean literacy and exhibitions, conferences, adaptive surf, adaptive skate, stand-up paddle, and we also mixed up with a lot of community and traditional activities during the San Vicente festivities. We had 3 bands and different type of activities here. And just to show you briefly, looks like the presentation doesn't go really well, but yeah, it shows you basically the 4 different lines that we worked with, which was like the inclusive sport, and then also some accessibility and inclusive activities like conferences, webinars, and educational and cultural sustainability activities as well. And well, for example, for the surfing and inclusive sports, we oriented all the activities not just for the regular surfers that go to every single festival, but also including people with special needs, either if they were women, men, children, any age, any gender, and with many of them with reduced mobility, some others with intellectual discapacities. And during 2 days, we had different adaptive surfing sessions, some of them more oriented to people with intellectual disabilities, some others more focused on reduced mobility. And then we had, as you've seen in the video, some skate and tarp surf session and stand-up paddle excursion through the river. And then all the accessibility and inclusive approach, we, since the early planning, we try to involve to the local community so we could have all infrastructure, beach access, car park, toilets, everything well adapted ahead, because this beach unfortunately wasn't that adapted. But right now there are 2 new water wheelchairs or amphiboogies that were bought for the season, and from the very first day of just before the event of installing and letting the people use those amphiboogies, they were used by many beachgoers, many families and people with different disabilities and reduced mobility. So that was something that we were really happy to get the municipality involved with that, and by next year they will also buy some beach mats in order to facilitate the access to wheelchairs. Then, well, we did a conference to present in Spanish the adaptive surfing scientific-based framework or toolkit from the Inclusive project, and also did a think tank and a roundtable with different representatives of national, European adaptive surfing organizations, such as, well, the Spanish and Cantabrian Surf Federation, Superando, the Cantabrian Institute of Adaptive Surf, which we'll talk later on. One of the founders, which is Thomas Heller, because I think that finally cannot connect his colleague that was in the program schedule. Then we did some adaptive surfing talks and had people sharing inspiring stories, first-hand testimonies, and we were really impressed with how these people could engage through nature and through waves, and to get to life after a big trauma, and well, to share their experience, their all that. It's been something like really powerful for everyone listening there. And in the educational and cultural and sustainability approach, we did some seminars and 2 exhibitions, one inside the lighthouse, the lighthouse of San Vicente de la Barquera has like a really nice spot to where they showcased all the national park that surrounds San Vicente, and they let us share also some inspiring stories of people aligned with the same values, and well, inspiring, educating, and sensitizing for inclusion, for peace, which is so necessary now in this moment, and of course for the sustainable use of our coast environment. The exhibition of Vital Alzar, Navigation for Peace, of 50 years sailing for peace and connecting different cultures under the white flag, was something really inspiring, and stay and remain there for an entire month after the festival. We presented some ocean culture or ocean literary books, and also we had an exhibition called Thalassophilia about ocean literacy in the King's Castle, Castillo del Rey, and we presented the Ocean Literacy Manual by Juanjo González Trueba, the doctor from the Cantabrian University, and also co-founder of the Surf and Nature Alliance. And Surf and Nature Alliance talked also about...
Please, Javi, two minutes more, okay, Javi, because otherwise we are going to...
Yeah, I will
stop
up. And well, discussing about the surf reserve of San Vicente, We did some plastic waste reduction workshop, conferences, and talk about circular economy and good practices of the local community, and also well, involving regional and local authorities, surf schools, associations, federations, non-profits, and surf clubs. And one of the highlights was to organize the whole event during La Barquera and El Muzuku, which are the traditional festivities, and we could see and get all the participants involved in a massive event as well, and enjoy, well, the traditional cuisine and the live music of a few bands and DJs we provided. And well, really was a fun festival, and very soon we will show up like a full report of it. So anyone that wants to know more, you can get to the BLUESURFEST.eu website and check out the development of all surf festivals and all videos and stuff. So thank you, and Joao.
Thank you,
you take
Javi. Congratulations for the job done. So now we take the floor, okay, Awif from Liquid Therapy Ireland.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, apologies. I was muted there for 2 seconds. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Aoife Britton. I'm from Liquid Therapy, and we are a surf therapy provider based in Ireland in the northwest in County Donegal. And our Blue Surf Festival ran from the 22nd to the 24th of September this year. So I'm just going to talk you very quickly, as I know we're a little bit pushed for time, through some of the events that took place over that weekend. And then at the end, I'll show you a short video. So our festival, like some of the other festivals, aim to reach across into different spheres and kind of reach out to people in education, sport and culture, and highlight and showcase different events and opportunities across all of those areas. So just to highlight some of the events of the weekend, one of the key events of the festival was the Power of Blue. This was a Blue Health seminar where we had a series of speakers talking throughout the day and bringing their expertise and knowledge in terms of mental health, surf therapy, and inclusion in sport. Maria Walsh, for example, is a representative of the European Parliament for the Northwest of Ireland. We also had a talk from Dr. Iski Britton and Dr. Jamie Marshall, coming together on stage for the first time ever, which was an exciting and momentous occasion. And they talked about their experience as researchers, looking into the benefits of surf therapy and also their experiences in delivery and research across the world over the last number of years. Dr. Carl Thomas is a consultant with Sport Ireland, which is one of the governing bodies on development of sport in Ireland. And he interviewed Liquid Therapy's panel of experts who all shared their expertise in different areas around well-being and surf therapy, and kind of unpacked a little bit what is surf therapy and why it's beneficial and what we do and how we do it. We also had throughout the day a couple of youth representatives, young people who've participated in liquid therapy programs over the years and actually then have come full circle and become volunteers and come back to help out. And they shared their kind of personal stories and journey and what surf therapy has meant to them. Finally, the last speaker of the day was Mark Pollock, who's a well-known inspirational speaker who has dealt with his own challenges around mobility and visual impairment. And so he shared his story as a kind of a more human and inspirational piece as a well-known kind of inspirational public speaker. And you can see some of the photos. The event was really well attended with over 100 people attending, which we were really pleased with. There was a series of training events over the weekend as well. We ran our in-house volunteer training, some taster sessions on the beach, such as just surf tasting classes, kind of inclusive surf opportunities, yoga. Some of our, we're not as blessed in Ireland with the weather, as you can see from the photographs, as some of the other European countries, and some of our events were moved indoors. We also are lucky enough that East Britain is a local, one of our local residents, and did a book reading and signing of her new book. So bringing in that more kind of cultural element of her latest book, Ebb and Flow. We also, again, in that more cultural space, had the launch of the premiere of the Shaper series, which is a film which was produced by Tide Surf Magazine, which is an Irish surf production. And it features Ireland's top pro surfer trying out different boards made by a series of small shapers from across Ireland and highlighting the skills and expertise in the field. And there was a series of interviews over the evening, allowing us to get some insight into that journey of the making of the film and also the shapers themselves. There was some music, like other people, bringing that kind of more festival feel to it. And what we did with this part is we engaged with a local music promoter who concentrate on highlighting talent, up and coming talent in Ireland and in particular the Northwest. And so we had a gig from TA Narrative in our local surf town of Bundoran, as well as some other smaller kind of music events over the weekend. The big finale of the weekend was a full day of inclusive surf sessions with young people aged 6 to 18. This was supported by our wonderful volunteers who supported us not only over the course of the weekend, but in particular on this day. And we saw over 65 young people and their families getting involved in a series of surf sessions. As I said, none of this would have been possible without the support of our large cohort of volunteers who are absolutely wonderful. And really, a couple of the main highlights of the weekends are the networks that were built over the course of the development of the project and the connections to other sectors. There's a distinct interest from the education sectors, the healthcare sectors, and also the sporting sectors and industries in terms of deepening our understanding, sharing knowledge and practice around inclusion in sport, and also supporting the healthcare sector in terms of providing kind of alternative therapies and non-clinical interventions to young people in terms of both inclusion in sport and mental health. I'm going to leave you with just a short video, so just highlighting our wonderful partners and stakeholders who helped throughout the project, without which none of this would be possible, and our wonderful partners across Europe. I will leave you with a short video on the event. I had some technical issues, so I hope you have sound, but if not, apologies for that. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, really, it was a really exciting project to be part of. Over 500 people participated directly in the weekend, and many more in other ways and capacities. And I think it's very much a bit like Germany. We're quite a small and young industry in Ireland, and it's very much the start of lots of conversations, I think, rather than the end. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Olive. Very nice. And we can see good weather in Ireland as well. So we will make a short break, okay? I would say 5 minutes, okay? So we start in 5 minutes, okay? So take your time to take a coffee or a tea or a beer once we are on Friday. So, okay, see you in 5 minutes, okay? All good. Okay. Welcome back, everyone. So let's follow the agenda. So we have so I start important. Okay, so do the presentation. Okay, so three, two, one. Okay, thank you very much. So I have a brief presentation as well a PowerPoint presentation. That will help me to present our events. Okay. So our BLUESURFEST was 4 days event. So it started in 28th of September until the 1st of October. So as we said before, so it was also included in the other European BLUESURFEST events. So we have different objectives. So of course, promoting surfing, promoting the accessibility of surfing, promoting health and well-being, foster environmental sustainability, foster as well the local communities, the dynamics, and also collaboration between different institutions and organizations. So our festival was peculiar because in the BLUESURFEST, so it was like the umbrella event, but in the scope of the BLUESURFEST, we have organized the three different events. So we organized the European Week of Sport, which is a week organized for 9 years. In this year, Vienna was the European City of Sport. So it was an event, like it was official as well of the European City of Sport. And also Vienna in this year was in the World Surf Cities Network. So our activities also take part of the BLUESURFEST. So what we do is our event give wide view of the importance of in our lives. So we have more than 600, I would say 600 were like the direct participants we have, but I would say we have like the double number of people who families and teachers and the people who assist our events. So we can say easily that we have more than 1,000 participants in our events. So what we have done during the European Week of Sport, so we promote surfing in the public schools. So we have around 300 kids like trying surfing. They are like public and surrounding schools of our surf center. Also, we have different moments of concerts because this is a festival. So we want to also promote the get together. So we have concerts in every night, and between the conference we have live music performance. All the musicians. So on the left we have the former volunteers of the club. So we invite also, well, the family of the club. It's quite big now, but we invited like people we have done here the volunteer service, and the bands we invited, Tutti Tasty, Do Nothing, and Souls of Fire. They are all surfers. So in the inclusive day of the European Week of Sports, so because it's not only about people with disabilities, when we speak about inclusions, we also have an elder group of people surfing. And we take the opportunity because this original idea comes from Brazil, from Santos, and we invited the master of the senior classes in Brazil to come and do like a sharing class with him and with our elder class, and we call Blue Gym this class. And it was very interesting to as you seen in the movie, they were like dancing like for the warm up. They dancing Brazilian music like samba, and it was very interesting to share this knowledge and experience. So we in parallel of the event, we have like 3D diving experience in the ocean, and this is also very accessibility tool for those who cannot dive. So it's a chance to do it virtual, And also we have performance, and also we have our neighbors. This is a handicapped people center, and they were here doing handicrafts. So we also promote recycling, and so we have like an exposition, travel of marine waste exhibition. So we have all the primary schools in Vienna. We do like a challenge with them, and we have like the winners, and the winners we offer them a surf experience, surf and skate experience. Well, so we organize conference cycles. We have 2 different conferences. We have inclusive surfing, we have the honor to have the Valentina Collegial, which is the Erasmus plus sports project officer. We also have Javier, Frederick, and also the counselor or sports counselors, sports counselor of the city of Vienna. And as a moderator, we have Ronaldo, Professor Ronaldo. And also we have this, well, a different approach: culture, performance, safety, and sustainability. We take the chance of have like speakers from all over the world, and one of the best coaches in the world, and also international network like Surf Medicine International and Surf Aid International. So it was a really nice opportunity to listen like these people who are making the difference in the surfing world. And also this is a very particular and unique party, and we took all of the participants of BLUESURFEST to go there, and it was really interesting because here we can see like what we have for the best, like music, folklore music, and also dancing, and the accessibility was really 100%, and the inclusion was 200%, I would say. And everybody get happy, and it was really, and the food, it's like a non-stop food, sardines and sardines. So it was really nice part of the festival. So, and the last day we promote a get together of the volunteers. So volunteers who are doing volunteers now, former volunteers, national and European level. And we also have a training, advanced training, surf coaching with Martin Dunn, which is Australian, and he was with us. So pretty much that. So this is an event that normally we organize like competition events. So there is no competition in the BLUESURFEST, and I think that event we want to repeat next year. I think it was a really excellent opportunity for us, and it was like an event dedicated to the community. So for us it was important, and I think in the future we want to repeat it with all the partners. So thank you very much for your attention. So I will stop my sharing. Okay, and I give the floor to the next, well, hopefully Tommaso is here with us. Okay, Tommaso, I got your video. If you want, I can put the video. Just let me know. Okay, Tommaso is in the United States he's the coach of the Italian parasurfing team, so he's in California. Thank you, Tommaso, to be with us.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Joao. Yes, I'm here in Huntington. Sorry, I broke my glasses, and here we have a lot of things to do. So I'm a bit not really good for the video, but yes, here it's everything okay. We are meeting with many of the athletes from your countries, from Germany, Portugal, France. So it's really nice here. And it's something that that give more value to what we are doing now in BLUESURFEST, because with you from Joanna, from Vienna, we started some years ago, just learning, and now it's so nice to see like Marta competing and hopefully winning again the gold medal. And I remember when in 2017 she started surfing for the first time. So it's really nice because we are growing up. We are getting every year more professional, and so it's important. And of course, our different level, the competition and the recreational surf, but everything is important, and each of these activities is part of the adaptive surfing. So please, Joe, if you want, just send the video so we show the video, and then I will explain. I will tell more about the BLUESURFEST Italy.
Okay.
Thanks.
Right away.
Can't get you up on my brain. I think I'm going insane. You keep on burning me hot, hot with your fire, hot, hot with your fire. Hey, now I just can't get away. You got me caught in your net. You keep on burning me hot, hot with your fire, hot, hot with your fire.
Hey, Tommaso. Marco, por favor, põe o som, só favor.
Mute. Yeah. Can you hear me? Yes. So thank you, Joao, for the video. And yes, so in the video you have seen a quick report of what happened in the 3 days of Italian BLUESURFEST. That was in Sardinia Island in Puzzuidu. Is the most important place for surfing in Italy, where we have the best waves. And we decided to join the BLUESURFEST with the Sagra del Surf. That is an event that we developed since 4 years ago. Then we had a stop for COVID, and now we decided to start again, declining it on the side of the accessibility. Before, when Fritzi was talking about the German BLUESURFEST, I was like happy, not really happy to hear that they had the same problem of us, because we thought that Germany is more accessible. You have more sensibility for this, but okay, I think it's a common problem, and I'm just sharing something that happened here in California, in Huntington Beach, where they are organizing an event for people with disabilities. Has not been easy to find accessible room. We, as a team, Italy, we had to change hotel because the first hotel wasn't accessible, and we were complaining, but they didn't understood that the room was not accessible. So I was surprised. So even here, so in Sardinia, we had some problem to satisfy every request of accessibility, and but we have been learning. You know, we could have been more accessible, but of course the next time will be better. We have been learning, and now I'm sharing the screen for a quick report. All right, let me see. Share a moment. Okay. All right. One moment, I put the full screen. You. Okay, so here we decided to insert the BLUESURFEST into this bigger event to reach as much people as possible, and so the program was full of activities. We had to change something due to the weather, because in Italy in the past 3 weeks we had really bad weather. And actually in Florence, in my town near Florence, we had a flood, and in Sardinia. So until 3 days before the event, we weren't sure to confirm the event because of the weather. Then so the Friday was not really good. We had rain, and we have to move some of activity, or to cancel some of activity, moving on the next day. But we had a full program for 3 days. The activities were involving part of the Italian team, national team of adaptive surfing, the guys that actually are here in California. One of them, Matteo Salandri, is competing in 30 minutes in the blind division, and the other has been competing in the past days. We had a problem because the inaccessibility of the room. Lorenzo Bini had a fall on the hotel room, so he spent all the Sunday morning in the hospital. He missed his qualification heat on Monday. He just took part on the Tuesday qualification round, and but he was really strong because he went on to the next round, the quarterfinals. So we have been involving the team to talk with the people in Sardinia, the school. We had participation of schools, of association from Oristano, the city hosting the event. And we had the partnership with one of the main radio in Italy. So every talk has been transmitted by the radio, interview, so to sensibilize more people about adaptive surfing. So we had the opportunity to present the equipment, to present all the activity, and to bring in the water people that they never had the opportunity to do it, despite they are living really close to the sea. So the idea to host the event there in Sardinia was also to sensibilize at local level, because Sardinia is really beautiful. It's an amazing place, but infrastructures are not really accessible. They had to develop more. For this reason, we had also some talk inviting public institutions, local authorities, and we have been talking with them on the stage, also like telling them you have to do more. And they are politicians, but they were aware that they had to do more. So was an opportunity to promote even more the accessibility. Also, we have been talking about the business, because it's not only to be accessible and to make a place for everyone, but also if a place can host people with disabilities, they will have more people, and so also for the business is good. And all the investment in accessibility, you have a return. Of course, you will have, you as institution, you as touristic place, you will have a return. Then we have been focusing on art, culture, on of course, sustainability. So we had some cleanup of the beach involving the student of the school. We had art expositions. Then we have a moment of community bringing together all the people. In this case, this is like a negative note on my opinion, that in this case, the Mohana, the ceremony to like give thanks to the ocean, could have been more accessible, but we in the rush we have been not so accessible in this case, and hopefully, I mean, sure, the next we will be more focused on this. And then we had concert on the night. This on the picture is blind Reverendo Mario Rivoiro, that is one of our athletes. It's a very strong guy. He's blind since he was like 9 years old, and he's living in Barcelona. He's living in Spain. He was participating in Inclusi in Samo. He was participating in the BLUESURFEST in Vienna, and so he's a surfer. Actually, he's not here in Huntington. He was on the European Championship in Valdovino, but we decided to not bring him here because we have stronger athletes, so it's competition, and so we have to bring the stronger. But as a singer, it's the strongest one. He gave a lot of energy. He made dancing all the people in the BLUESURFEST, so we had great time with Mario. And here, I mean, some videos, some reports of what he did, and also all the athletes of our team, they gave some talk. So Mario was talking about searching the waves. That is not only about surfing. Searching the wave, in his concept, is like try to find the best moment in every situation. So it's an attitude. Searching the wave, it should be an attitude. Then Lorenzo Bini, he's working with as a trainer and teacher for people working with disabilities, has been talking with students. And Matteo Salandri, he has been talking about what it means surfing as a blind. And look, just my glasses broken in the last 2 hours made me some trouble. So it's I can just imagine. And look, in the past days here in Huntington, we have really tough condition of the sea, and so I just can't imagine what this mean for people without the sight that they can see. What it means to be in that washing machine, 3 meters wave, current. So being here give you, the idea what it means to be an adaptive athlete. And here's some press report. We still are waiting for some other report from our media press responsible, but we are happy because many people have been aware of what happened in the BLUESURFEST Italy. I think that's all. So thank you.
Tommaso, just remind that don't leave your athlete, okay? You
Yeah.
are in the World Championship. Don't forget that.
I'm going now. Just I share you just the last picture of. Can you see?
Okay, perfectly. Lorenzo.
This is Lorenzo Bini.
Bini.
Just 2 days later, his fall. So Sunday morning, he was in the hospital, and he spent 4 hours in the hospital. And this is Tuesday morning with a great wave. So that's all.
Okay, Tommaso. Thank you very much. The best of luck for Matteo Salandri. Okay.
Yeah.
And thanks a lot for being with us from California. It is a pleasure.
Thanks to you.
Ciao.
Bye. Bye.
Your glasses are really funny.
Yeah. True.
Okay, good luck. Okay, so we have next The next presentation, it's Sandra, okay, from Handi Surf, okay. Sandra, hello, Sandra. Please unmute Sandra. Marco, desbloqueia só favor a Sandra. Sandra, you are not allowed to speak. Okay. Okay.
So hello everyone, I'm Sandra and I work on Handi Surf Association. So it's an adaptive surfing association. And I have with me Leana, which is working with us since September. So I just want to share my... Yeah, so we will make a quick presentation before our videos. So we chose to make our BLUESURFEST in France, in Biarritz. And so because Biarritz is like a well-known surf city in Europe, and because we have during this time the French Surfing Championship in Biarritz too, so which brings like 500 people from French surf community. And within the French Championship, we have the parasurf category. So for us, it makes sense to make this at the same time and the same weekends. So, oh, yeah. So as everybody, we have some priorities like the accessibility. So we check that all locations are accessible. So we put the surf session, we planned the surf session because we had like a big storm in this weekend. So we planned the surf session in Melide Beach because we are like have all facilities. We have a surf club, Biarritz Surf Club that is trained with Handi Surf training. So we know them and all it's we want that all it's perfect, so, but no. Yeah. So we focused on inclusion too, and because one of the priorities was promoting inclusion through sport and surf. So we plan to have sharing of experience in and out of water. We want activities to raising awareness about inclusion in society. We want to encourage the access to the sport for persons with a disability, and we want that I don't know how to say that, but we work with like a company who employed person with disabilities to make our welcome packs, so some t-shirt and everything. So we really want that everyone are included in the surf festival, and so the family carers too. And so we want to make our festival sustainable. So we don't want to produce so much. We try to think about the recycling, like the recycling of the backdrop. We have like a company who recycle this type of thing. We try to make everything locally produced. We provide some non-plastic bottled waters to not have plastic, and so yeah, it's like a few things. And I will let Leana present all the activities implemented in the event.
So on the first day, we had the surf initiations on the morning. So we had to relocate the initiations because of the storm. So the conditions were too rough. So we came to Handi, which is a bay, so it's more protected. Then we had a methodology training for inclusive methodology on the afternoon with the volunteers and the surf educators. And then we broadcast the film Believe about the French parasurf team. And we made a seminar with a person who were invited to talk. There were rehab doctor, an anthropologist, the coach of the parasurf team, and Eric Dargent, the former captain and the member of the parasurf team. And then there were the opening of the exhibition, the photo exhibition.
Some of them.
Yeah, some of them are behind us. So it was a great first day. Then on the Saturday, we had to cancel the surf initiations because of the storm. So we preview a time for the family caregivers. So they had a yoga and Pilates lesson. It was open to everybody, but most of them were caregivers. And then we had a roundtable discussion about the young caregivers, so the brother and the sister of the person with disability. And then we had a village with association partners, and we proposed sports activities were adapted. Like you can see on the photos, basket on wheelchair and skate, and there were French box. And after there were the Saturday night party with a DJ set just after the ceremony of parasurf adapted category, and we broadcast the Rugby World Cup final. It was a great great night. And on the third day there were just the surf initiations on the morning, and it was the end of the 3 days of festival. So I think we gathered around 70 people for the surf sessions. We count surfers and volunteers. And for the Friday night and the cinema, there were like 150 people. So we were really happy to have a lot of people on those times. And we have in memory that adaptation is really important because we had to relocated the
2 days before
the surf session 2 days before in Handi, and hopefully we had a surf school. We work a lot with them, and they welcome us at the last time, and it went really well, and everything was great.
Yeah, and we have we planned all the accessible things, and we 2 days before we cannot have all facilities accessible, but we know we adapt them with some smile, good communication, everything goes well. So Joao, if you, you have some feedback too? Maybe.
We had a great feedback from the surfers and the volunteers, and the words who came back a lot was fun, pleasure, communication, and cohesion. And everybody wants a second edition next year. So we are going to work a lot.
So, Joao, if you can
Put the video?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Let's see. Voila. Okay. Thank you, Sandra. And I forgot the name of your partner. Sandra, what's the name of your partner? We cannot speak. Okay.
It's Leanna, and I see that Nathan is connected, so thank you, Nathan, for all the work too.
Okay. Thank you for Handi Surf team. Okay, so so now we have the special for also conversation. So from therapy, we have Gonçalo Cruz from Surf Clube de Viana, and we have Tom Lucy from Liquid Therapy. So welcome aboard, you three. So let's start with, just to open the conversation or the discussion, I will ask each speaker, each guest to briefly give us your opinion about because the adaptive surfing, inclusive surfing, so it's quite recent. So can you make like a I would say like your point of view about like the past, the present of, we can make like make a point on this, and what does mean inclusion for you? Okay, so if you can answer these questions, and also if you can add some information that you would like to add. So I don't want who wants to start. I would say, is everybody here? Thomas, Tom, and Gonçalo, right?
Yep,
So
I'm happy to start.
Want to start? Tom, you want to start?
Yeah, I'm happy to start.
Okay, go ahead.
And I'll speak more from the Irish surfing governing body perspective rather than liquid therapy, because my role alongside liquid therapy is I'm the inclusion officer for Irish surfing, and Inclusi and then BLUESURFEST have been huge for introducing the concept of adaptive surfing into Ireland, and just promoting inclusion. Definitely, we're an island nation and we have a very rich surf culture and history, and yet adaptive surfing in this country is really in its infancy. Liquid Therapy as a charity has always worked on inclusion and working with people with intellectual challenges or social challenges, and yet adaptation has always been one step beyond our skill set as an organization, but also as a governing body. So the journey that we were able to share with everybody through Inclusi, and the skills and the expertise and the experiences that we've had over the last few years and we're able to then share through BLUESURFEST has really accelerated the development of the training materials and the methodologies that we are now able to customize from the Inclusi toolkit and put an Irish spin on them. So, for example, with all of the work that we have done around visual impairment and those lived and learned experiences that were shared with Usual in Surf Clube de Viana, we've now been able to collaborate with the Irish Vision Sports to really look at what's going on and what's been started with Inclusi, and how do we put that into the Irish context. And this year was incredible because we saw the number of participants who'd had a visual impairment go from 1 last year to 10 this year. So although those are still like very small numbers, for us, those are big numbers, and it's a big milestone. And we're also walking that path with wheelchair-based sessions, and that's also feeding into our volunteers. So those platforms and those learnings have really enabled liquid therapy to become inclusive in its entirety, not just as a word, but we're able to like look at the infrastructure that's around surfing and support surf clubs across the countries, and also surf organizations are able to look to us and be like, okay, what is best practice? And what's great is we're able to then pass on all of that knowledge and those information, and we can just direct them to the Inclusive Toolkit, which is beautiful and looks amazing and really showcases all the hard work that we've done. But BLUESURFEST then enabled us to provide that professional platform to bring in people from the sport and the leisure and the education sector and say, this is what we've got and this is what we can do. And really put the question then to them, what do you want us to do next? So that's what inclusion now really in Irish surfing context is inclusive. We can do, and with the highest best practices. So from Liquid Therapy and from Irish Surfing, we would like to thank all the partners that have walked this journey with us, because we just stole all your good ideas and we are really grateful for that. And for that, we are then benefiting everybody who comes to us, albeit our slightly cooler water. Does that answer your question, Joel?
Yes, pretty much, Tom. Thank you very much. I think maybe we have time for our second round, or maybe with the questions and answers. Maybe someone will send you a question for you. So right now, Marco, please unmute Thomas. Okay,
it's done.
It's already okay. Thank you. Okay, so Thomas, go ahead. Present yourself and start.
Hello everybody. So my name is Thomas, for the one who don't know me. I'm here to represent IST, which is a new association on the Spanish territory. IST means Instituto of Surf Therapy. And well, to answer your question, for the past, the present and the future. The past, well, we've been acting already for several years here. I'm located in Somo, on the beach in Somo in Cantabria, and my partner is in San Vicente de Albarquera, the other beach where we did the BLUESURFEST. So we've been taking a lot of people in the waters already over this last year with the help of the Surfing Federation from Cantabria, with Pedro Gutierrez. And until that the project of Inclusi happened, we felt, or personally I felt, kind of pretty alone in this whole world. And Inclusi really gave us a lot of support, a lot of help, and a lot of visibility. This event that happened in Somo, the Inclusi event in Somo, was here for the region was something fantastic. There have been a lot of participants from all over Europe, so it brings really a lot of awareness and visibility of this adapted surf sport. And on top of that, of course, the objective of Inclusi of having this method, a common method of teaching, is something that has been very useful for us, because, as I told you, and all of us, we did that before, but putting in common all this good practice is something very useful, and that is going to be for the future even more useful, to be able to implicate and train and new surf instructor, new volunteers, new people who are willing to help in this beautiful cause. So that's kind of the present now. I feel like we are in a new step, kind of. You have opened new doors thanks to these events. First, in terms of methodology, and then the event, for example, that we did in Spain in the other beach of San Vicente, was very useful, because it's the first time that something happened in this beach about adaptive surfing. So it kind of give a lot of visibility again and awareness for the city council, for example. As Xavier said, the city council decided to buy new amphiboogies, new wheeling chair, thanks to the event. So this really helped us a lot to promote all this necessity. And also it was fantastic to see that new family came to try this sport. Some people that never went in the water, never thought that it could be possible for them. And thanks to this event that was very well communicated, they came and tried it. And some get totally addicted, because the ocean is something so beautiful and that brings so much that they want to repeat. And so if that's the step for the future. And the future is really like to continue this movement and continue giving more access to the ocean, to even more family, more people. Here we are focused here on the Spanish territory. We with IST, with this association that we created with Juan, who was supposed to be here today but couldn't attend because he had a last minute issue. But we are really motivated to continue all this initiative that you have created, to be able to give more access to the ocean, to the people here in Cantabria. We have this dream of not only focusing on one beach. We are, of course, I'm located in Somo Beach. Juan is located in San Vicente, and we really want to extend the accessibility of various beaches. As you said, for example, in France, according to the condition of the ocean, we have to adapt. We have to change beaches. So it's not only about having one city council that make everything possible to access his beach, but it's about being able to access as many as possible beaches that we have. And here we have so many beautiful beaches that could be suitable to different conditions that we really have to go for this objective. And yeah, that's our ambition.
Okay, Thomas, thank you for your words and motivation, I would say. So now we have Gonçalo. Okay, floor is yours.
Thank you, João, and thank you to Thomas and Tom as well for your feedback. It's a pleasure to be here speaking with you guys. I think I'm also going to be quite brief. I'm going to talk a little bit more in the perspective of Surf Clube de Viana. I've been a collaborator here for several years, and even though we work, for example, with adaptive surfing for a long time already, I think one of the first class with blind students, but more actively, obviously, through the last 6 years. So although it's a long time, the concept of inclusion has been developing since then. And although in the beginning in our surf club inclusion could be represented as doing an inclusive or with a surf class with blind people, nowadays it means much more than that because of this journey that we've been through. So nowadays our club has young surfers, elder surfers, young competitors, older competitors, people that surf only for leisure, people that surf for therapy as well, people that surf to compete. We ended up having a community here that represents inclusion not only because of a disabled population or one specific population, but ends up gathering these kind of communities through surfing here in Surf Clube de Viana. And at the end, that was what the bigger picture for inclusion. And besides the ocean, it also gained a new meaning. So first of all, gathering all these different people was only in the ocean, but after it developed as well, because besides surfing, they also started to have new roles here in the club as volunteers, as managers of activities. So from the activity in the ocean, they also develop other roles here in the club. And nowadays you enter in Surf Clube de Viana and you really can experience, or at least for myself as a worker, I really can experience and see how things have changed through the perspective of so many people, different people involved. That was, for us as a club, is a pleasure, because we feel like we can make an example, or try to become the better example that we can for a more inclusive society. And in just one final point of regarding how much these projects were important towards this way of action and being is that I remember like Inclusi was on our development because of the methodology. But then the BLUESURFEST was this amazing way of disseminating this methodology, and not only methodology but also way of thinking, because you can have a really great tool and you can have really great content, but if you cannot reach them to the people, they don't gain so much force of action. So having the BLUESURFEST to disseminate it, create more a bigger network that works in the same logistics, parameters, beliefs, is something that it's amazing. And we can then feel it after the festivals. For at least here in Vienna, I had feedback for other surf schools, from other surf coaches, from even other organizations that want to know more, want to learn more, want to cooperate, and that definitely boosts the ability of, instead of being one club doing an example, trying to become a larger network, or fighting for that, or together, not fighting, but enjoying the process of implementing that inclusion into the society. Well, that's my take on that. I would like to thank all the partners. Like, the journey has been incredible. The festivals that I could attend were incredible, and the other ones just left me more eager to go on the next editions. So I thank you all, and I give you the final floor for João. Thank you.
Okay, Gonçalo, muito obrigado. So now, thank you all the three guests. I ask you to keep until the end of the webinar. Now it's time for some questions and answers. So if there is anyone, I think now the group, it's 24 participants. I think it's if anyone wants to make a question or whatever it is, just point your finger, okay, and we give you the word, okay. Tom, it's already one, okay. If there is more, just put in the screen, okay, the sign of raise your hands, okay. So Tom, you have the words.
Yeah, I just wanted to echo what Gonzalo was saying, that just from the journey with Inclusi, today I was presenting Inclusi to the Adventure Training Network of Ireland, to a room of 150, and from that are the university on the Atlantic board, and also the education board. In the last week have said that they want to start bringing their students as part of their education to come and participate in all of those modules and do a 2-day training workshop with us as a pilot. So it's been incredible. We definitely spent the first year of Inclusi wondering why we were there. And now to see just what's happening at a national level and the opportunity that it has to have a legacy piece has been profound. So I'd really like to thank Javier as well for putting up with us for the last few years and all the leadership he's shown, and to all of the partners. So I just wanted to end with that from a liquid therapy perspective.
Okay. So anyone else wants to make any questions? Now it's time. It's now or never. I'm joking, but feel free to ask, or you can ask in the chat, and we can put the question. I think the webinar is being long already, and it's Friday afternoon, so okay. If there is no more questions, so I give the word to Professor Ronaldo, not Cristiano Ronaldo this time, but only Ronaldo Gabriel. But but it's our well. I'll invite you to close the section. So Ronaldo, you have the floor. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, João, thank you so much. And first of all, good afternoon, everyone. And it is a big pleasure to be here. And thank you so much to invite me here, to invite me to participate in this webinar. And I would like also to give my congratulations for all the speakers, that the contribution that all of the speakers give to us concerning the adapted surfing and all the experiences that we get all over the time that we have with this project is fantastic, and is a very good information for all of us looking for the future, to think about what we're going to do after these all projects. And I would like also to congratulate, to give my congratulations to all the people that are behind the organization of all the BLUESURFEST. It was amazing festivals. I just participated in one of them in Portugal, and I saw that all the other ones are always specials, and all of them were big contributions for the improvement of the adapted surfing. And all of them also, I will be brief. All of them show us the big issue, the big characteristics, the main characteristics that the inclusive methodology have. In my opinion, the inclusive methodology have two the very important characteristic. One of them is it is an integrative approach. It's a very integrative approach, because this methodology put together the conventional approach and the complementary approach, looking for therapy, looking for the improvement of the health. We put all together this kind of approach that, unfortunately, sometimes are separated. But our methodology put all of them together. That's why we can see in every BLUESURF festival the yoga, pilates, and other kind of the intervention with the people that go to the water. And the other big issue, the other big characteristics that is always also a step forward, is that we put also together the therapy and the day after therapy. So the people that use the surfing as a therapy is fantastic, is very good to improve some health issues also, but we have also to look for the surfing as a nutrient that we have to in our diet. In every day we have to consider this nutrient beyond the therapy. And in the inclusive approach, in the inclusive methodology, we consider also to put together the therapy and the day after therapy. And also this integrative approach gives us also the opportunity for the future projects. Unfortunately, currently we have to face some kind of wars, some kind of immigration, and so on. And in the inclusive, we have also learned a lot about how we include people that have handicap. But you can use this knowledge that is a transversal knowledge to use the surfing and the practice with the handicapped people to integrate other problems and to solve, to give some contribution for other problems, like the improvement of peace, like the improvement of the integration of people that come to Europe, and so on. So our work in inclusive, it's, in my humble opinion, a very important one, considering the two big characteristics that is a step forward in the surfing approach, and also what it can do in the transversal point of view with this conclusion, with all the things that we learned all over this project. And in my opinion, is the most important final remarks in my perspective. Thank you so much, João.
Okay, Ronaldo, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So thank you everyone, but I will give the word to the lead partner, to Javier, to close this event. So for us, it was a pleasure to have you on board. And I see there is a really bright future for all of us, and particularly for the people with disabilities. And that's it. Javier, please.
Well, thank you to all the speakers and all partners involved in this project. It's been a true pleasure to be part of and to coordinate. And yeah, as Ronaldo says, there is a good legacy out of this work, and hopefully we keep on paddling together and joining more crew with us to keep the stoke and boost sustainability, as I said in a previous comment, and inclusion through Europe and beyond. Thank you very much for sharing these moments in Friday afternoon, and yeah, it's a real pleasure to share it with you. Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
We'll keep in touch. Goodbye, everyone.
Have a nice weekend, okay, everyone.
Aloha.
Thank you.
Keep it salty. Bye-bye.